Hi everyone, it's Louise from Lulu Purple. Today I'm going to be using the Bear Hug stamp from Pink Ink Designs. So I'm going to be doing two different projects, one on card and one on the microfiber fabric from Pink Ink Designs. Now this is the first time that I've used this fabric, and it will also be the first time that I've used the Pink Ink Designs multi-surface paint. Now this paint you can use on MDF, card, loads of different items, and you can use it on fabric as well. I have gone ahead and cut my fabric down to size. I've also put the fabric into a bowl of water to completely saturate it, and then I have wrung the pieces out. So I'm using quite a few pieces because this is the first time that I've used this paint. So I've got one piece of fabric which is going to be my test product piece. So even from the ink pads that I use, I'm just going to test them before I actually go ahead on a main piece. So for the paint, I am applying the paint to my mat, adding a bit of water and just using my brush to put the paint onto the fabric. So I'm aiming for a sky and some grass, and that's it basically, but I want the two colours to sort of merge. So I'm literally just applying the blue and then applying the green underneath. I'm just adding a second layer of paint because I want my background to be quite bright. Don't forget to mop up the excess paint onto some paper so that you can have another background for another time. And I will show you quickly how I have hung my pieces of fabric. So I've literally just pegged them to the dryer, making sure I've got something on the floor underneath to catch the drips. And later on I'm actually going to turn the fabric so the green is on the top and the blue is underneath. Whilst they are drying, I will move on to the card project. Now I'm adding water to both sides of my Sheena stamping card, and I am watering down the paint again and adding the blue to the top, and then I will add green to the bottom, and I will try to blend the colours in the middle. This is the Bear Hugs stamps from Pink Ink Designs. Now this one is a Christmas one, but what I'm going to be doing is not just for Christmas. So I am using the bear on my Tim Holtz stamping platform. I'm going to use my jet black archival ink, and I'm going to stamp the bear onto the piece of card that I have painted. The good thing about the stamp platform is that if you don't get a good impression the first time, you can go ahead, ink up your stamp and stamp it again. Now I think my archival ink actually needs to be re-inked because it's not very juicy anymore, so I will do that before the next time. I am now using some of the other stamps that come with this stamp set, and I'm just going to ink them up with my archival ink again. I'm using the white Pink Ink Designs paint, and I'm going to use a piece of kitchen towel just to apply the paint to the background to make some clouds. I am going to use the red and the green multi-surface paint so that I can make a brown colour for the bear. To start with, I think I was going to paint the bear directly onto the card, but the green and the blue still shows through. So I'm going to just paint another piece of the Sheena stamping card, and I'm going to stamp the image of the bear over the top of this once it's dried. I'm adding some green paint with a piece of kitchen towel just to make a shadow underneath the bear where he's sitting. I'm going to use the tarnished silver paint, and I'm just painting this over the Sheena stamping card. And I'm going to do the same with the vintage gold luster. Now that the paint has all dried, I'm using my jet black archival ink again, and I'm stamping the images onto the painted card. I'm going to use my Faber-Castell Pitt pen, dark sepia, just to add some more shadow underneath the bear. I'm using my Derwent Coloursoft pencils to add some more colour and shadows to my bear. Here I am using a Derwent paper stump, which I have inside a pencil extender. This is because my hands get very hot and the paper stump tends to disintegrate in my hand. So the pencil extender is prolonging the life of the paper stump. So here I'm just using a sanding block to get rid of some of the colour, and I've just dipped my paper stump into the Cestit blending fluid. Now I do sell this in my shop, but I am unable to send it through the post as it is classed as a dangerous liquid. I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to stick all the different items onto my card. I'm going to use one of the stamps from the We Three Kings stamp set. This is the little flourishy bit. I'm using a scrap piece of paper just to mask off the little blocks at the side so that it doesn't stamp over the top of them. I'm using my Uniball Signo silver pen just to add in some colour to the flourishes. I'm going to use the small flower stamp from the Mel's Angels set. So I've cut all my flowers out and I've used my Pitt pen to go around the edges of the outside of the flower, and I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to stick the flower to the flourishes. I'm going to use the Sunlight Gold Sparkle to add some glitter to the middle of each flower head. I then mat and layer my card. And that is my Bear Hugs card all finished. I will show you some images at the end of the video, but moving on to the fabric project next. So as I said before, I have one piece of fabric which I'm going to test all my different products on to see if they bleed or do strange things. So here I have stamped the crown with my Archival Jet Black and with my VersaFine Onyx Black. So in the end I decide to use the VersaFine as it is a juicier stamp. The Archival did work as well, but it's not quite as juicy as my VersaFine ink. So I'm going ahead and using the Onyx Black VersaFine to stamp my image. I'm using this ink because at the moment I don't have any of the VersaCraft, which is the fabric ink that Kathy and Mel like to use. I'm now going to colour in my image with my Pink Ink Designs multi-surface paint. This one is the green, and I'm just going to add some of the paint and then add some water to make the colour blend out. I'm then just going to heat set it because I don't want it to go too far, as I'm just adding some green underneath the bear to act as a shadow. Again, I'm going to use my red and green to mix together to make a brown for the bear. I'm going to use the white multi-surface paint to add my highlights. Just to remind you all that this is the first time I've used fabric paints and painted onto fabric, so it's very much trial and error and kind of, you know, using the ideas that you see on Hochanda with Kathy, putting the white paint on and just using your finger to smudge it a bit. And you know, if it disappears, then just add a bit more, because sometimes if you water it down too much it will disappear. So if you want a stronger white, use it neater, as in don't water it down. And if you want it to blend in a bit more, then you can just add a bit of water over the top if it goes completely wrong. I'm going to use my Uni Pin Fine Line pen. This is 0.3, just to add some of the detail back into my bear. I'm just using my Onyx Black VersaFine ink again to add some more of the stamped images around my bear. I'm just going to use the Meadow Grass Shimmer paint again, just to add a bit more green to the background. Again, I'm just using the one flower stamp from the Mel's Angel set, and I'm going to stamp this onto the microfiber fabric. I am using my PVA glue, which is half PVA glue and half water mixed in a jar, and I'm going to apply this to the back of the fabric so that once it's dried I can cut the flowers out without the fabric fraying. I am now using a piece of cotton fabric followed by a piece of wadding and then my finished microfiber fabric, and I'm using a flexi hoop just to display this piece. So large flexi hoops can be quite difficult to get onto the backing frame, so if you've got a spare pair of hands around, just ask someone to hold it into place while you can maneuver it in position. Once you've done that, just cut around the outside edge to remove the excess fabric. I then use some quilting cotton and do a running stitch around the whole of the outside edge of the fabric and pull it all together and tie a knot. I then draw a circle around the inside edge of the frame onto a piece of felt, cut this out and apply the felt to the back of the fabric. Just pin it into place and then sew it on. You then have a nice neat back to your frame. I have cut the flowers out from the fabric and I'm using my emboss tool just to give the flower some dimension, as you can see here. I then use my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to attach the flowers to the flourishes. I'm using the Sunlight Gold Sparkle paint to add some glitter to the middle of my flowers. I want the glitter to be quite intense, so I'm adding quite a lot to this. And that is my first fabric paint project all finished. As you can see, the paint in the background is all lovely and shimmery, and the glitter in the flowers is lovely and sparkly and three-dimensional. As usual, if you would like to buy any of the products I've used in this video, they will be listed on my website blog post. I will leave a link in the description box below this video. If you are watching this on my YouTube channel, links to my website, Facebook and more will be in the description box below, or click on the end screens at the end of this video. If you are watching on Pink Ink's channel, links to their website and more will be in the description box below, or click on the end screens at the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to Pink Inks. Click on the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you got inspired.